Hey everybody, this is the Idea Kid and welcome back to another episode of this Minecraft Let's Play. Now, we're starting off today's episode on this island because last time we explored. Now, first off, let's watch the sun. Oh, perfect. The sun is still high up in the air. So last time we found this. And so the question for today is, what do we do when we come across a generated structure? Well, you simply, first off, you go towards it and then you mark it for something important later on. Now, I'm actually like running really low on food and I'm carrying my bed and stuff. So, yeah, we found this and let's go over towards that. Okay, so we're going to be swimming. Um, yeah, you want to make sure there's like no mobs or anything nearby so that way you don't end up like hurting yourself. Now, these broken portals are very scary. They can contain lava, magma blocks, and stuff, so you really want to watch your step. But as long as you do so, you should be fine. Oh, I hear drowned. See, this is the thing. You've got to be careful when drowned are nearby, because they are most likely going to be near here. Okay, so now we've got this right here is crying obsidian, this is regular obsidian, and we've got this block right here, which is, if we collect it, netherrack. And so let's open the chest, because all structures like these contain a chest. So yeah, let's see what's in it. And we have gold. Respiration 3. That's going to be useful. A golden apple. We've got shovel, flint, and flint and steel. So yeah, flint and steel is very useful. You use it to light a nether portal. And in fact, let's actually, since we have this portal right here, let's actually make a shape. Now, it's not going to light because fortunately we still have this crying obsidian, but we're very close to making it. All we have to do is dig out this block and dig out this block and replace these two crying obsidian with those obsidian, and then we have ourselves another portal. And let's actually take the chest as well. Alright, so the first things first, there are drowned nearby. What you want to do is, if you see drowned nearby, also let's mark this using our wood. And actually, I'm really low on food. And let's put on some armor, because any armor, if it has curse of vanishing or curse of binding on, then don't put it on, because that's gonna be trouble, because you can't actually take any armor off with curse of binding. So yeah, make sure you check the enchantments before you put it on, but if it doesn't have any curses, then definitely put it on, especially if you have 0 armor. Now, here off, there's something else in the distance over there. Now, that obviously looks like to me a ravine. So yeah, we're gonna go check that out. But as you can see, there are drowned. What you can do is, if you notice any like monsters are nearby, what you do is you go off in a direction where they are obviously not there. And so, yeah, we got away scot-free. Sorry, drowned, you're not gonna get us today. So yeah, let's just escape over there. If you're playing on this world, there might be some really wacky caves around here. Don't worry, because caves are obviously normal in any Minecraft world, not just this one. But obviously, we're going to have to really watch our step, because we know that there's a ravine right here. And actually, this right here, as you can tell, first off, before we go to the ravine, first off, we have this generated structure as well. This, we're gonna obviously bark this. And I'm actually out of wood, so I'm gonna have to chop down more. But this is a village. Now mark these and collect all resources. Just completely just destroy the heck out of them. Just loot them. You see, this is a furnace stuff. Just loot the heck out of everything because villages are very useful. And what do you know? We got more obsidian. So we can, and we also got food. Yeah, villages can contain all sorts of things. First off, these are villagers. Now, all of these right here are unemployed because they don't have a workstation. The village mechanics are kind of confusing. Um, Basically, there are plenty of workstations that a villager can have. First off, let's go and find one. Now, obviously, the sun is setting, but don't worry, since we're nearby a village. Now, unfortunately, a crafting table is not a workstation, but workstations include things like grindstones, blast furnaces, um, stone cutters. Like, see, this right here is what we call a grindstone. Now, I recommend taking that, and oh yeah, our stone pickaxe break. But the good news is, from the loot, we got an iron pickaxe. Now, let's check any other village to see if there's any other loot. Now, there is a chest over by in one of these houses. But, yeah, the good news is, if you're in a village, you can, like, sleep in any one of these beds, and you can actually get a villager out of the bed by right-clicking the bed if he's sleeping in it. Like, let's go for example. Also, there are chances are there's also going to be like some kind of like horse or pig or animals nearby because villages have animals. So for example, if we see a villager that's occupying a bed, we can simply just right click on the bed and he'll get out, and we can just get in and take it from him. As mean as that sounds, it's necessary to sleep so that way you don't have to worry about any mobs coming out, because you want these guys to be alive. They are very, very important. Now here, they're obviously going to have some like trades. They can trade for emeralds, and this, for example, is a weaponsmith, so they trade like weaponry and coal and all that. And what you want to do is, now I don't recommend trading a lot of coal immediately because coal is obviously very useful, but they give you emeralds for this case, and you can use them. Now these guys don't have a workstation, so I can't really show you, but first off, let's find the village. Alright, so still searching around. Ah, there's a chest, and this is most likely to contain a lot of food. So if you find food, use it and keep it as your main food, unless you have a lot, obviously. But here, this bread is going to last us a while. It won't last us forever, which is why we have a chicken farm. But, you know, also take as much as possible, because now be careful, because this lava right here is very dangerous. But take as much as you possibly can when you first encounter a village, because villages obviously are very useful, especially early game. Now, what you want to do with these villagers is you want to keep them, because otherwise you can't. You can breed them. You can make a villager farm, which is why it's important to keep them where they are in this village. But actually, let's break this block. But if they die, then they turn into a zombie villager, and that can cause them to despawn. Zombie villagers are going to be useful later on, but when we're talking about early game, you don't want these villagers turning into zombies and then despawning, because that is a bad thing for us, and villagers are essential early game. So yeah, we're gonna look through everything. You see, there's more loot. Villages contain all sorts of things like cactus and bread and wheat. Take as much of it as you possibly can. Now we're obviously gonna collect cactus for like a cactus farm, and The bell, I don't really recommend like taking the bell because there's nothing really useful for it, or at least not yet. All right, so these guys are called iron golems. You don't want to punch one because if you do so, I'm not going to demonstrate. He will get aggressive and attack you, and we don't want that. We don't want to die early game. So yeah, as of right now, it looks like we've looted a lot of what we can loot. Now, wheat obviously can be turned into bread, but you can also trade it with farmers, and that you're going to need a composter for. Now, unfortunately, we don't have as much wood or anything, but luckily, villages do have crafting tables, so you can use that to make anything if you're, let's say, far away from home and don't have a base ready. And also, hay bales, you turn that into wheat. So let me show you on the crafting table. One wheat, ah, one hay bale turns into 9 wheat. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, as of right now, we're just gonna be looking around, trying to trade as much as we can. Should we do that? No, let's save our coal. And yeah, we might as well like gather some more wood and make a composter to get these guys a workstation so that way we can trade with some of them. Now, unfortunately, in the desert, there's really no wood at all. But the good news is we are lucky enough to have a biome where there's wood nearby, and chances are, like, if you roam across the desert, you're eventually going to encounter another biome that does have wood, because the way that Minecraft works when it comes to generations and natural spawning and stuff is that they always try to spawn the warm biomes near each other and the cold biomes near each other. So the savannas always will try to spawn near deserts or plains, and snow biomes and snow mountains will most likely spawn near each other, as well as spruce. Now, obviously, this doesn't always happen because generation in Minecraft is very weird, but it is something that does usually work around Minecraft spawning. Now, actually, since we've got an iron chestplate, and I forgot to do this earlier, we're just going to put that on. So yeah, we've got some armor that we collected from loot. So as you can see, loot is very, very handy early game. If you come across a village, then immediately loot it all because chances are it's going to contain some very valuable items. Now, hold on, what was I doing? Oh yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the crafting table and we're going to make some slabs because slabs, actually, hold on. I believe the recipe for a composter has changed. Is it straight blocks? No. I think it's this. No. Dang it. The annoying thing is they changed the composter crafting recipe and I don't remember it. And it's just really annoying. I don't know why they changed it. My bad. I'll figure it out for you guys. One sec. Oh, what the heck? I'm an idiot. I just researched it and this is the crafting recipe. Sorry guys, you can slap me in the face for like not realizing how simple the crafting recipe is, but once you get a composter, you go to a villager that doesn't have a workstation. For example, this guy. This guy, you can't trade with him because he's currently not having a workstation. And place it right here. He should be able to he should be able to pathfind. Oh my god. You see, villagers have a mind of their own, and it's just very annoying. But I think if you place a workstation nearby, he will pathfind to it, and he will, yeah, see, he will eventually path find, and he'll turn into a farmer, and then you can trade with him. Now, obviously, we're gonna use our wheat that we just collected using the hay bales, and so we're obviously gonna trade for some emeralds. Now, obviously, I would, if you don't have as much food, then I would recommend saving them. But since I have like 16 bread, it's not really that big of a deal. Okay, so yeah, basically, we're gonna spend most of this episode in this village because, to be honest, when you find a village, that's like what that there's like a lot to do. So yeah, obviously um, whenever we have anything else that we need, let's just get that. Flower pots aren't useful right now, but also, why do I have a dead bush? So flower pots aren't useful right now, but they will when we do something like interior later on. So I would just collect them anyway. It saves you time from like breaking clay and making bricks, because that's a very annoying process. All right, so let's go back and empty out and do stuff with what we found. Actually, before we go back, oh goodness, villager, do not fall in. So before we go back, we're gonna mark this ravine because, no, obviously, because like ravines are very useful as well, because they chances are when this is a ravine. In fact, this might actually be a double ravine, which means a ravine that spawned on top of another ravine. Now these might be useful in the future to collect like a lot of resources. Obviously, you don't want to fall into a ravine because that's kind of annoying. And in fact, let's actually just plop a bed down right here and then sleep. So yeah, obviously ravines are very useful. You don't want to fall in them. You don't want to die from them. You got to be careful with them. But if you are careful, then they contain a lot of valuables and loot, such as like emeralds or iron or coal, things you might need early on in survival. Now, the good news is we're going to go back and just do more. Okay, home sweet home. Well, we are back, and oh, we're gonna watch our step. And it appears to me like the chicken have grown up. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use wheat seeds, and it looks like none of them can be bred. Let's throw our chicken eggs to see if we get one. Oh yeah, now that right there, we got ourselves a chicken by just throwing an egg down. Now that's what could happen. And so yeah, we're gonna use that to our advantage in like automatic farming or something. So yeah, now we are back home. Let's actually like empty out a lot of what we've got. You see right here, we've got a lot of items. Now, you might be like, first of all, why aren't you organizing? It's because I don't have enough room yet. When we get enough room and we get a lot more gear and stuff, we will eventually like be able to organize everything and all that stuff. That's good. But as of right now, we just have to let it be and just keep it unorganized. Now, we are going to make 2 pickaxes because, as you can see, look at our resources. We are very, very poor. We have gold. We've got golden apple. We've got good things that we got from loot. But as you can see, we don't have any actual like iron ingots. All we have is like coal and emeralds. We don't have like anything worth of value. And so in the next episode, we are going to be going mining. Spoiler alert. Now, obviously, we gathered 2 more furnaces, and we've also got some coal, but we're just going to craft some wood. And I think that now we are at a good position where we should stop. Thank you for watching this episode. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Anyways, bye for now.